Howdy do, welcome to part 2 of my super duper where the fuck have you been with your pickup videos, AlphaOmegaSin. So we're gonna move on to a little limited edition collector's box set thingamabob that I have to thank my friend Chris for, which he ironically had gotten 2 of these from Nipponichi. He had ordered the game, they sent him a second one, and he was just like, I tried to give it to one of my friends, and they just kept saying, those games are for faggots, fuck anime games, and stuff like that, and just saying like a bunch of really fucking Neanderthal-like things. It's like, dude, all you had to do was say no, but you had to be a fucking dick about it. So he asked me, I'm like, dude, yeah, I'm a big Disgaea fan, I fucking love that series, love the anime, I'll jump on board that. So he's kind enough to go and give this to me, so Chris, thank you a whole bunch. Disgaea D2. Here's the box set. Now, I've been wanting to do an unboxing of this, which I will, because I actually have not opened up that stuff. I have played through this game, and I have beaten this game. I can tell you this much, as a longtime Disgaea fan, it is not as good as the first one, based off of one reason. Outside of Lahorl, Etna, and Flan, the rest of the new cast just don't have the same appeal, or likability, or charm as the original cast. We don't have Vyers, for example, which I miss and then some. A lot of people will be like, you mean mid-boss? Like, Vyers, mid-boss, whatever you want to go with. But he's missing from that, so that's another thing against it. I mean, the gameplay and the battle system, everything is really deep inside the game. Also, Pretty Bale, I don't know, or Pretty Ball, what some people will go and call him, but Bale in general, Ball, whatever the fuck, I don't know how the fuck you're supposed to beat him. It is impossible. Like, goddamn is it impossible. You would have to spend the entire rest of your life in Item World, like, dead serious. But beyond that, the game is still extremely entertaining, very funny and stuff. I do like the cameos and stuff. I just wish that they did not DLC the living fuck out of it with, like, all the extra characters. Like, I want a Prie on my team, because I love La Pucelle Tactics. Very kick-ass game. But I had to go and pay extra money for that, whereas like on the original games before we ended up having stuff on PS3 and 360, well, you could actually just go and get those characters by unlocking them. But that does kind of suck, but yeah. Demons and Angels going stone cold crazy. From the Netherworld comes the most badass frickin' strategy RPG, which also makes me think of Graffiti Kingdom, so yeah. But Disgaea D2, A Brighter Darkness, if you are looking for any kind of tactical strategy type RPGs and stuff like that, that have a very, very kick-ass cast that are very funny. The Disgaea games are up your alley, and the original Disgaea is on the DS, it's on PSP, it's on PlayStation 2. You can get it all over the place. I don't know if they have it on the PSN or anything like that, I forget. But either way, just check it out. Disgaea D2, very worth getting, just not as good as the first one in my opinion. And if you want to see what the box and stuff looks like I said, I'm going to do an unboxing of this, so stay tuned for that, because there is some really cool stuff inside of here. And I like the art on the front, little chibi versions of everybody just running around being all cutesy and colorful and shit. So yeah, pretties, go my pretties! Alright, let's see. So next, I actually got this whenever I was game chasing with the Game Chasers! And, you know, big shout out to Billy and Jay and stuff. This. Conker, Live, and Reloaded on Xbox. I have Conker's Bad Fur Day. As a matter of fact, in all my videos, up where my... You can't see it because it's off screen, but up where my Nintendo 64 box games are, I have Conker's Bad Fur Day, which I played the shit out of. I even got my brother into playing that. I'd always wanted to pick up this one, but I avoided it because I was just like, man, they actually censor it in the game. That fucking sucks. Like, how's the Nintendo 64 version gonna be uncensored and this one is censored? That just fucked with my head, but visually it looked really pretty and beautiful. I'm like, oh, that's amazing. And I was just like, damn, and it's only 1 to 2 players. You have to go online if you want to play with like more people for the multiplayer. But yeah, that kind of stuff like fucked me up. And it's weird. Warning, this game is not for anyone under the age of 17. Which, again, it's kind of funny because it's like, but the version on Nintendo 64 is like the extreme version. What the fuck, Microsoft? Why'd you do that? Why'd you make them do that? But yeah, who's ready for another round? Gaming's notorious squirrel is back with a raging hangover and more tood than ever. That sounded corny. Conker staggers through a raunchy world full of twisted characters, lewd conduct, and outrageous movie parodies. The epic battle against the evil teddies rages on in an all-new Xbox Live team-based shooter. Play with friends, play with yourself. But, yeah, the game is still worth getting and still worth picking up, but I will say this. if you want to play the game properly, get on Nintendo 64. It's all there is to it. But considering I got a flea market, like in a big bundle for like $10 with a bunch of other rare games, yeah, it was fucking worth getting. Worth getting and then some. Now, ever since I got my, I got the new Xbox 360, the Star Wars one, which I did an unboxing of that, I was just like, you know what? I don't own any Kinect games. Like, I just don't give a shit about it, but there was one that I said that if I ever had a Kinect, I would buy it. And then I saw the other one that was like, about $1.50, $2, I said, fuck it, I'll get those too. So, Rise of Nightmares. Everybody knows I'm a big survival horror fan, which I was saying on Facebook to a couple people that I really need to do an updated survival horror collection because I got a lot of more games since I did those original collection videos. But this one right here is pretty damn amusing. The control on it's kind of fucking wonky, but it's still a survival horror game, and you look like a fucking idiot, like, going like this with your hands trying to move around and stuff, and, you know, your character just, like, keeps going in a circle, and you're like, what the fuck are you doing? I should do a Let's Play of that, but actually set up the camera to look at me. That'd be the only time I'd ever do one of those, like, not a face cam, but so you can see the shit that I'm doing while I'm playing it. But yeah, this was the game that I said, you know, I would get if I had a Kinect. So I went and I got it, and I liked it. I didn't get super far into it, but, you know, I think I'm up to the train section on the game, or am I past that? I forget now. But either way, Rise of Nightmares, it's an amusing game. Far from perfect, but it's something worth getting if you're a survival horror fan just looking for something different. And this one right here, which I have a lot of fucking trouble controlling this game and then some. Like, I swore so many times at this. Sonic Freeriders. So, I heard lots of bad things about the game because, you know, the Kinect doesn't recognize all the shit, and all this. And I was like, I don't fucking care because I want to try it anyway. And yeah, it does have a lot of trouble, like, recognizing what you're doing. By the way, I love the purple cases. I think those are cool. But anyway, let's see. Crouch and jump to pull huge airs. Yeah, you know how many times that I was, like, doing fucking power squats and jumping into the air, meanwhile, he was just going like this the entire time. I'm like, fucking recognize me! Recognize me! Do it! But yeah, ride boards, bikes, jet skis, and even a minecart. Take out competitors with crazy weapons. Jump into the race, become your favorite Sonic characters, and use your whole body to twist, turn, and jump in this high-octane game exclusive to the Kinect. Race up to 7 friends. Okay. And when I played this, I also was having a big party that night, so everybody kept on taking turns cycling through the game room, trying it out. Quite a few people were doing a lot better than I was, so maybe I just suck at these full motion games. I don't know. Give me a controller. I'll teach this bitch a lesson. But yeah, Sonic Freeriders, while it's not perfect, it's still amusing if you just don't give a shit. So yeah, unless you're like, fuck the Kinect and everything associated to it, then don't get this game, because you already said fuck the Kinect, so yeah, there you go. Let's see. These are 2 exclusive games that I've wanted to personally own for a long time. The one I have played before, the other one I have not played whatsoever. But this one right here, Velvet Assassin. Now, Velvet Assassin I have already played. My one friend already had the game, so I got to try it out. I like stealth games quite a bit. You know, I like games like Hitman. I like games like Splinter Cell. I like games like Metal Gear Solid, you know. What the fuck ever. This actually reminds me of 2 of those games. It reminds me of Splinter Cell, and it reminds me of Hitman. You know, you're basically a pretty damn hot chick with the ability to go and use, like, this super mode. If you ever get caught to go and fuck up people, you can actually take clothes like Agent 47 and blend into your environment. And it's all about being in shadows like Sam Fisher. So it combines a lot of efforts, but, you know, a lot of people, they hammered the living shit out of this in the reviews and stuff. If you're thinking, man, I'd actually kind of want to try that game out. I think it's on Steam still, I think. Don't quote me on that, I'm pretty sure it is, though. But, let's see. Bonus disc with exclusive content. I do not have bonus content. But, yeah, it's just, I don't know. I like stealth games, and it's around the fucking Nazi era and shit like that. So yeah, you know, Violet's a pretty badass bitch. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. I think it's one of those games that, despite the fact that it's not perfect, it's still very much worth the effort of going and picking up and playing. And you can get the game dirt fucking cheap, I already know that. The other one is Kengo, Legend of the Nine. Now this, let's see. Even today, legends persist of the 9 deadly samurai, whose extraordinary abilities, feats of strength will remain unmatched by modern swordsmen. These Kengo masters lived and died by the swords, carving out their place in history as courageous, ancient warriors. This is the story of the legend... Oh, legendary, because it's cut off. I was like, shit. Well, that won't work anymore. Become any of 9 rule samurai, including Musashi, Miyamoto, and Jubei Yagyu. Yagyu? I always forget how to say his last name. All with unique attacks and storylines. Earn experience points in battle to upgrade your samurai's attributes and unlock new attacks. Perform instant kills by using the environment to your advantage. Duel a friend in 2-player head-to-head combat. That I did not know about that. That's kind of interesting. But I like samurai. Samurais are really badass. I like ninjas. Ninjas are badass. Tenshu, samurai warriors, dynasty warriors. Doesn't really fucking matter. Ninja Gaiden. Just, you know, what the fuck ever. Shinobi. Fuck yeah. All that kind of stuff is really cool. So this was something I wanted to get. I don't know anybody that actually has the game. I don't know anybody personally that's ever played the game. So I figured, hell, it's dirt ass cheap. It's like a much earlier Xbox game. So yeah, now I have it. Beefing up my 360 collection because I've only got like... Give or take, I have like 40 or 50 Xbox 360 games, because after my arcade 360 bit the fucking dust, I was just like, well, I'm just gonna keep playing stuff on my PS3 because it's still working, so fuck it. Now, I'd mentioned this game earlier on part 1, Wonderful 101. This was one of the games that made me want to get a Wii U, and it's Platinum Games. Platinum Games, every time that there's something that they're associated with, I'm like, fuck yeah. And ironically, this game... Like, you see all the characters, how they look like they come from the Beautiful Joe universe. Well, ironically, originally, they were all Nintendo characters, but then they decided not to go with that route for whatever reason. But yeah. Excuse me. Yeah, I feel pretty good about that. Somebody be like, Alpha, you pig. Well, fuck you. I can burp. It's my channel, damn it. Alright. 100 heroes face pure evil and unite to destroy it! Dun dun dun! Unite and morph in this action-packed adventure. Draw shapes to morph your squad into whip, hammer, sword, and more. Which is pretty damn cool because everybody will combine together in it. I imagine it was like, take Pikmin, and then take all the Pikmin and make them like over-the-top, crazy as fuck superheroes, and just everything's always over-top, but Platinum Games kind of does that. Up to 5 players, multiplayer missions, grab your friends and customize your teams into a mighty fighting force. Additional accessories required for multiplayer mode, sold separately. And it shows you right there that you can use all the different controllers plus the actual tablet. So that's kind of cool. You can have a 5-player mode. Now, my one friend, he ended up going and played as a multiplayer mode. He got the same exact day that I got because he was just like, so that is a good game? I'm like, fuck yeah, it's a good game. And he got to play the multiplayer mode, and so it was extremely incredible, so eventually I need to go try it out with him. But yeah, I'm glad that I have this game, glad that it's out, and when it's on sale, it was 30 bucks, brand new. Why the fuck would I pass it up? I'd be a complete and utter fucking dunce to go and do that. Now, this was a game that I had been meaning to get for the longest time. I played this with my friend Jarrett back when the game first came out, and loved it a whole lot, but I never personally owned it. Excite Truck! Oh my god, it's Excite Truck! Excite Truck, if you don't know about Excite Truck, it's basically take a racing game and make it so that it's really, really fast, and it's all off-roading, and the environment is just like gigantic fucking jumps, and everything's just... I like things that are over the top and say fuck realism and just do whatever they want. This game does that and then some. I mean, some of the stupid fucking motions you gotta do with the controller, especially in Excitebots, which that can get old and you're going like this and stuff, and that can get annoying, but the racing portion of it and the track layout and level design, it's a gimmick that I like and then some, and stays entertaining throughout the entire experience. But get excited! Steer by tilting the Wii remote, which does work surprisingly well. Get the little, you know, the steering wheel for it. It works really well. Survive huge jumps, massive air, and bone-shattering crashes. Speed through the craziest off-road racing ever. And then it says in 2 other languages. But yeah, and I forgot to mention, they give you like star ratings and stuff, and you get boost and shit for doing really good and stuff. And when you're like making big air and shit, you're just like steering your car in mid-air. Kind of like in a platform game where you can like control your jumps. You can semi-do this here too, so, you know, you're coming down, you're like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh I landed, oh look, I'm fucking speeding off even again. So it's very cool and I like it a lot. It's one of those things that I wish that, Nintendo would invest more into as a franchise. Like, take Excite Trucks and Excite Bots and just, you know, make an entire Excite series. You know, we have Excite Bikes, so fuck yeah to that. But it's very much worth owning. The game's dirt cheap now. This, I couldn't believe, was $4.50. I thought that was absurd. But it's a boy in His Blob, which I played the original on the NES, and I've always seen footage of this game and thought, damn, that looks really nice. I can't believe that they made it look that kick-ass. But who the hell developed this? I forget. It doesn't say on the back. Damn it, damn it, damn it. Oh, Way Forward. Way Forward is fucking awesome and does a lot of really cool, like, indie-style shit, so yeah. A Tale of Friends, Heroes, and Jelly Beans? When the blob crash lands on Earth, that was weird to fucking read. He finds an unlikely hero and a young boy. Together, they must return to the blob's enslaved home planet and defeat the evil emperor. Armed with nothing but a bag full of jelly beans, this pair of heroes will take you on an adventure that spans the galaxy. Now, the original game, which was kind of difficult for a lot of people to go and get into because you didn't know what the jelly beans did. So it was kind of like guesswork throughout it, and then with how the level design was laid out, sometimes you'd have to go through as trial and error and get your ass killed. Like, oh, I have to kind of make that hole here and then climb down the ladder. Well, this isn't nearly as bad from what I've seen, but you feed the you feed the blob jelly beans and he'll turn into a bunch of different shit. So you use your brain, like, okay, I'm going to turn him into like this ball and he's going to roll down here. I'll turn him into the spring and he'll launch me up somewhere and stuff like that. But it's really cool, and graphically it's all 2D hand-drawn style art, and I like that a whole bunch. Everybody likes a lot of their, 3D realistic looking stuff, and understandably, but I'm a big fan of stuff like this. And it's just one of those games, like, you look at it, you completely ignore it, because, oh, that doesn't look fun, doesn't have blood, those game's for kids and shit. But it's like, no, this game is for anybody that's willing to just give it a go, and it's fucking fun. So, yeah, Boy and His Blob, it's one of those gems on the Wii that gets overlooked frequently, which is sad. Ratchet and Clank into the Nexus! Finding out that there is another Ratchet and Clank game out there, because when they brought it all for one, I was like, I like a crack in time, and I like Up Your Arsenal, and, I like all the Quest for Booty and what the fuck ever, which actually is in honor. But I like the traditional platforming ones going through from stage to stage in one big-ass world, upgrading the living shit out of my weapons, getting nuts and bolts and stuff to go and buy stuff, and eventually looking at Clank like, I'm gonna rip you apart, because I only need a couple more. But into Nexus, I was really happy to go and play this. The downside, this game is so fucking short. Like, so incredibly short. Like, I beat it and I thought, is that really the end? Really? That was it? Fuck. But it was dirt-ass cheap. Like, it was on sale at Best Buy. I think it was 20 bucks. Is it worth $20? Fuck yeah, it's worth $20 and then some. It's just a very fun game. Not extremely difficult. Like, there was only, like, a couple segments that were kind of challenging and stuff. Ironically, they were with Clank just because, like, weird, like, gravity thing where you're fucking jumping about and stuff. But it looks really amazing. It's a series that I like a whole bunch. I'm a big platforming junkie, so I had to go and pick it up. Be silly not to. Fist of the North Star, Ken's Rage. Fuck yes to this. Okay, Fist of the North Star in general is a badass anime. Probably like one of the most manly animes ever, and just like, ooh. They're just like, huh, you thought that hurt? It didn't. But it doesn't matter, because you're already dead. And they're like, what? And their heads explode. I'm like, oh yeah, fucking blood and gore. Well, this game right here, and I had mentioned Dynasty Warriors earlier, this is a lot like Dynasty Warriors, the way that it plays out. You're just going around and fucking up everybody. The storyline is pretty decent, but I haven't seen tons and tons and tons of Fist of North Star stuff, let alone read on it. So some of the characters, I'm like, I don't recognize that character, or him, or her. So it might get you into reading stuff like that, or watching stuff like that. And I know that there's a sequel to this as well. I think it's on the 360, but downloadable versions. It's only downloadable on PlayStation 3, but this game I rented from GameFly fucking eons ago. And I remember I got stuck on this one boss. The floor is like electric and shit. And I was just livid. I was like, you know what? Fuck this game. Rage quit. And I was just like, I'll just buy the game. Because I did like it a whole lot. It's just that point. It's like, I got other shit to play. So I ended up picking up from my save point, going and playing through it. But yeah, you just run around and just barrages of enemies and go and fuck them up. Punches and kicks and super moves and shit like that. But yeah, it makes me really happy. So, awesome stuff right there. Graffiti Kingdom! This was another one of the games that I got while I was out game chasing with the Game Chasers. Now, there's a game on PlayStation 2 called Magic Pengel? I always forget how you say that word. But, take Pokemon, and they give you like a little art program, art studio type thing, and what you do is you draw up like what your character will look like. And you draw all the different parts on them. You draw their head, you draw their legs, their arms, tail, whatever. And you end up making your monster and stuff. And it's really cool. You know, being the child that I am, I just made a wiener and balls and would give him moves like headbutt because it was hilarious. If only he had something where he ended up shooting out sludge, I'd laugh my ass off. But I like that game a whole lot. The storyline is very cutesy and shit, like too cutesy, like to the point it's cavity inducing. But Graffiti Kingdom is actually the sequel to that game. And this gives you a fuckload more options and it's kind of interesting. Do you recognize that? But if you don't, I mean, fuck, it's a Taito game. Come on, people. Come on. Give you a hint. Bubble. Can you? Anyhow, so this apparently has like a much more robust like adventure mode, and it's kind of like an RPG, kind of like Pokemon, kind of like Monster Rancher and shit like that. And I'm cool with stuff like that because that's shit that I dig. My friend Tony, like way back in the day, whenever I lived with like a bunch of my friends and shit in this one house, he had gotten this game because he liked Magic Pendulum. He had picked this up because he had found out about it, so I got to play his copy of it, never owned my own, and again, this was with a whole bunch of other things. So there is Graffiti Kingdom, so it's pretty kick-ass stuff. Makes me very happy. Finally got the game. Hell yeah! Now, ever since I played Yakuza 3, I've been a big fan of the series. I have all the games that they've released so far. Atlas, please bring out Part 5. To English-speaking countries, to Europe, and to America, and to Canada, and to Australia, please. I beg of you. Anyhow, but the one game that I did not have in the series was Part 2. And as you can see, there, if you can see that texture right there, it is kind of like warped. I'm assuming this must have gotten wet, but it's not something that's going to completely destroy it because it doesn't like take away from the actual picture or anything. But it's got its manual and stuff, and I was happy about that. But I never got to play this one yet, and I'm really happy to see stuff like this, because I was just like, dude, every time I saw the game, they always wanted like $25 or some shit for it, and I'm a cheap ass, what the fuck can I say? And considering the fact, you know, I got this, Graffiti Kingdom, a bunch of other games for super cheap, I'm like, fuck yeah. But if you want a beat-em-up series with a storyline as deep as some of the biggest Hollywood blockbuster crime-related films, or just a very engrossing game, please, by all means, pick these games up, especially Part 4, 3 and 4, which I consider like some of the best. As a matter of fact, if you get 3, I know that they have a thing where you can watch a storyline of 1 and 2. And that's how I got to find out about them. So I know what happens in this. Technically, I won't give any spoilers or anything. But, you know, I just want to go on more adventures as Cosmo and kick ass and stuff like that, and just go through the city and become the man, because he is the man. He's like one of the coolest video game characters ever. Him and Majima, I'm telling you, they're fucking awesome. And this game, I don't know a whole hell of a lot about, but I've actually been eyeballing it for a long time. And, you know, again, got it for super cheap, so how the fuck could I go and pass it up? It's an Atlas game. It's samurai motherfucking western. Just talking about samurais being badass. Cowboys are also really badass too. So we could go and throw them both together. I mean, come on. Sunset Riders, Red Dead Redemption, that's fucking badass. We was just talking about samurais earlier. So we got this game. Wanted, dead or alive. His name is Gojira Kiru. And he's bringing justice back to the Old West. Over 100 unlockables, including over 25 playable characters, 70 accessories, and 20 weapons. Bushido Sense allows you to dodge and deflect bullets with superhuman skill. Be a samurai or a gunman. Unique 2-player mode allows you to play as both. I'm more than likely going to be a samurai, admittedly, unless I come across like a really kick-ass gunman type class, character, whatever the fuck, and go through and play that way. But I don't know anyone that has a game. I don't know many people have ever talked about it. Just one of those things like late in the library of, wow, this actually has the original fucking receipt for it too. I didn't even notice that. That's kind of cool. But, let's see, let's go and open this up. I forgot what I was saying because I saw the manual. I was like, ooh, shiny and colorful. Yeah, to talk about the 2-player mode and shit like that. And then you can get it. Items, meat, coin, chicken, danger barrels, wanted poster, boots. And not from Dora the Explorer. But yeah, just, I don't know, seeing stuff like this. I don't know anybody that's ever really been talking about it or ever mentioning it, which I think is kind of a shame. It's games like this end up going under the radar and nobody ever thinks about them. That makes me kind of sad. So yeah, you know, here, we'll throw in these last three because I got these yesterday. As a matter of fact, the store that I went to, the dude recognized me in there, which was kind of cool. I was out in Robinson, going to the one store to exchange, and they had these games, and they were dirt fucking cheap. I'm like, more box Super Nintendo games? Okay. And the one that I bought on top is obviously because it's so fucking shitty. It's Wayne's World on Super Nintendo. Wayne's World! Wayne's World! Party time! Excellent! If you don't know about how shitty this game is, just look at the Angry Video Game Nerd review for it because it's fucking hilarious. But I never got to play the game. I watched the movies a ton when I was little. I mean, I quoted the movies. In the Wayne's World hat, I was rocking that shit whenever I was little. I even had long hair and stuff and had the Wayne's World hat. But, the stage design is a complete fucking mess. It's completely fucking retarded. Lots of people have trouble just getting off the first stage because it's like a big clusterfuck maze. It's like, there is no design in this. It's just at pure random. But yeah, you're fighting like a gelatinous cube at the end with Garth stuck inside of it and shit. You fight Elvis at one point. It's fucking ridiculous. Doesn't make sense. And the lousy Beatles. It's a shitty Beatles, you fucking nincompoop. But yeah, it's a movie-based licensed game that is complete and utter fucking crap. So for a couple bucks, I could get some amusement out of it. When the Retron 5 comes out, I'm definitely going to be playing some more shit. This game, I'll be honest, I don't know anything about this game. Anything at all. But it was literally like what, $2-3, some shit like that. For a Super Effects game, never heard of it, was like, fuck it. There you go, Vortex. I'm like, I'm not passing up on this. I don't know what the fuck it is. Revolutionary Super Effects chip technology. Morph into a powerful walker. A sleek sonic jet. A speedy land burner. Or a defensive hard shell. Attack with lasers, rockets, cannons, and heat-seeking missiles. Along with smart bombs. Explore the snow-packed wasteland of Kristen, whatever the fuck. Doesn't matter! Voltaire in the mysterious world of trapped asteroids. The scorching desert world Thermos. That was not clever, guys. Thermos, Jesus Christ. In the volcanic world of Magmento. Magmento? Thermos? Magmento? Was this just pun fun day? Like, come the fuck on. Enter vast mechanical caverns, dodge slamming doors, leap over claw traps, closing arches, and missile turrets. Fight mechanical crab centipedes, kamikaze alien pilots, and enormous bosses intent on reducing you to rubble. Multiple camera views let you view the front of your character as he walks towards you. Holy shit! I can look at myself! Raw! But, you know, back then this shit was a big deal, but yeah, fuck it. Like I said, only a couple bucks. I'm not gonna pass on it. And Pilot Wings. Pilot Wings is a game that I play quite a bit, along with Pilot Wings 64. Yeah, and Pilot Wings Resort is actually pretty fun too, by the way, which I've also played. So I've played all the Pilot Wing games. It's just one of those games, like, it's real somber and laid back and shit. You can just kind of do whatever and be relaxed. It's kind of like going and playing Wave Race 64, but going to like Dolphin Island and shit and just hanging out and cruising about doing shit. That's kind of same exact feeling. Just you can relax and play these games. Like, do like free falling shit or paragliding and stuff like that, flying airplanes. The sky's the limit. Are you ready to earn your wings at the most exclusive flight school in the world? Then report immediately to the Secret Pilot Wings Flight Club, where your training begins. Dun dun dun. But yeah, good memories from when I was younger and in grade school. I'm just like, fuck it, I'll definitely go and pick this up. So, hell yeah. But that is part 2. Holy shit, I've got so many games surrounding me right now. If you're watching this and haven't seen part 1, there's a part 1 with a whole bunch of stuff in it. But I want to thank you all for going and watching this a great deal. I appreciate it. And then some! So, I will go and conclude this to all the nerds and nerdettes. Oh yeah, and you know, I have a bunch of other fucking pickups videos. If you ever get bored, watch them, because yeah. And don't worry, I won't make a super long time before I end up doing the next one. It's just, I get sidetracked with a lot of videos that I put out. So yeah, anyway, this is AlphaOmegaSin, as always. Nerds, nerdettes, and gamers. Game the fuck on.